Have you ever poured your entire soul into someone only to have them walk away like it was nothing? 8 years. That's how long I gave him. 8 years of my life, my laughter, my tears, my dreams. We were that couple, the one everyone looked up to. We built a life together, brick by brick, from scraped-together date nights in college to finally having our own place. I remember the day we moved in, carrying boxes up 3 flights of stairs, both of us sweaty and exhausted but so ridiculously happy. We painted the walls a soft gray, a color we picked out together. He promised me forever in that apartment, underneath a string of fairy lights I'd hung. Forever. It's a funny word, isn't it? It sounds so solid, so unbreakable, until it shatters into a million pieces right at your feet. The breakup wasn't a big, dramatic fight like in the movies. There was no screaming, no plates thrown. It was quiet, a slow, creeping silence that had been growing between us for months. It started with him staying late at work more often, his phone always face down on the table. When I'd ask what was wrong, he'd just say he was tired, stressed, and I believed him. I wanted to believe him. I'd make him his favorite dinner. I'd suggest we go away for the weekend. Anything to try and coax that old smile back, the one that used to reach his eyes. But it was like trying to catch smoke. He was there, but he wasn't. His body was next to me in bed, but his heart, his mind, they were miles away. The day he left is seared into my memory. It was a Tuesday. He came home from work and didn't even take his coat off. He just stood in the doorway of the living room, the one we'd built our world in, and said, "I can't do this anymore." Just like that. 8 years, summed up in 5 little words. I asked him why. I begged him. Was it something I did? Something I didn't do? I would have done anything, changed anything, just to keep him. But he couldn't even look at me. He just kept saying, "It's not you, it's me." The oldest, most hollow cliche in the book. And as he packed a bag with a few of his things, I just stood there, frozen. I felt like a ghost in my own home, watching the life I thought was mine dissolve in front of my eyes. The silence after he closed the door for the last time was the loudest thing I've ever heard. It was deafening. Every corner of our apartment screamed his name. His favorite mug was still by the sink. His worn-out hoodie was still draped over the armchair. I curled up on the floor, right where he'd stood, and I just broke. It wasn't just losing a boyfriend. It felt like I had lost a part of myself. Who was I without him? We had been us for so long that me felt like a stranger. The days that followed were a blur of takeout boxes and tear-soaked pillows. I'd scroll through our old pictures, a masochistic ritual, trying to pinpoint the exact moment things went wrong. Was it that argument we had last Christmas? The time I was too busy with my own project to notice he was struggling? My friends were amazing. They rallied around me, bringing ice cream and bad movies, trying to fill the gaping hole he'd left. But at night, when they went home, the loneliness would creep back in, heavy and suffocating, and the questions would start again. Why wasn't I enough? After 8 years of loving him, supporting him, building him up, why wasn't I enough to make him stay? I thought about all the sacrifices I'd made, the career opportunities I'd passed up to be closer to him, the friends I'd drifted from because our weekends were always about us. I had molded my life to fit perfectly around his, and now that he was gone, I was left with a life that didn't feel like my own. It felt misshapen and empty. Looking back, I see the red flags I chose to ignore. The way he'd subtly dismiss my ambitions, calling them cute hobbies. The way he'd get quiet and moody if I had a girls' night without him. I thought it was just him being protective, that it was a sign of how much he loved me. I realize now it wasn't love, it was control. He wanted a partner who orbited him, not one who had her own light. I was so desperate to be loved, so terrified of being alone, that I accepted these little erosions of myself as the price of admission for a relationship. I thought that's what love was, constant sacrifice. Putting someone else's happiness so far ahead of your own that you forget you even have needs. It was my sister who finally snapped me out of it. She came over one day and found me crying over a photo album. She took my face in her hands and said, When are you going to start loving yourself as much as you loved him? Her words hit me like a splash of cold water. Loving myself. It sounded so foreign. I didn't even know where to begin. For so long, my self-worth had been tied to his validation. His compliments were my confidence. His approval was my happiness. Without him, I felt worthless. But her question sparked something in me. A tiny, flickering flame of anger, of defiance. Why had I given one person that much power over me? So, I started small. I threw out the hoodie. I packed away his mug. Then, I rearranged the entire apartment. I painted over that soft gray wall with a bright, sunny yellow that was all me. It was terrifying and liberating all at once. I started doing things just for myself. I took a pottery class, something I'd always wanted to do, but he had called messy. I reconnected with old friends, and their laughter filled the silence in my home. I started journaling, not to dissect the past, but to discover myself. What did I like? What were my dreams, separate from his? Slowly, piece by piece, I began to reclaim the parts of me I had given away. It's been a year now. Do I still have bad days? Of course. Healing isn't a straight line. Sometimes a song will come on the radio, or I'll walk past our old favorite restaurant, and the ache will be there, a dull throb in my chest. But it's different now. It's not a consuming grief. It's a gentle scar, a reminder of a lesson learned. I realized that all along I was looking for a love outside of myself, that I should have been giving to myself first. I was so busy trying to be lovable that I forgot to be me. The truth is, you can't be enough for someone else until you are enough for yourself. My story isn't about the heartbreak of losing him. It's about the journey of finding me. It's about understanding that the greatest love story you'll ever have is the one with yourself. And anyone who makes you feel small, anyone who requires you to shrink yourself to fit into their life, isn't worthy of your love. You deserve a love that celebrates you, that champions you, that doesn't ask you to be anything less than who you are. So if you're going through something similar, please know this. You are not broken. You are whole, all on your own. The end of one story is just the beginning of a much more important one, yours. Thank you so much for listening. If this resonated with you, please consider liking and subscribing for more stories. You are not alone.